KAHI News Time, 8:45. Happy Friday, everybody. It's one of our favorite times of the week as our famous web wizard Dave Naves joins us with the web delivered in plain English. Today, it's YouTube. YouTube, Dave. So, how you doing, birthday boy? You just turned big 5-0.
Or as I like to call it, 3515, yes.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
I am 50.
Wow.
I'm 50 now, yes. How am I going to describe I'm distinguished.
Indeed.
Isn't that what we're supposed to say?
I like it. I like it.
Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Yes, happy birthday, my friend. You're a Libra, right?
I am a Libra.
I have a birthday tomorrow.
Is that happy birthday to you?
20 years ago, I was 18. Very sad.
Welcome to the club, my friend.
Oy vey. All right, let's turn the topic to lighter notes here. YouTube. Very helpful.
YouTube.
How can it be helpful?
How can it be helpful? Well, let's discuss. YouTube for business. I want to talk about business, as I always want to talk about business. How is it helpful for your business? First, let me describe, as I typically do. Let's describe what it is, and then why it's important, and then how to use it specifically for business. So, what is it? Most people know what it is, but as they describe it, it allows billions of people to discover, watch, and share originally created videos. I have some stats here. They're pretty mind-blowing. 4 billion videos viewed daily.
Oh, my gosh.
4 billion. So that just amazes me. So let me just drag that right into the topic of why it's important. Well, YouTube is the second largest search engine right behind Google.
Really?
Google owns YouTube. Another step, some people might not know that it was started in San Bruno, California, and the service was created by 3 PayPal employees. And in 2005 and 2006, they worked for a year, and they got paid $1.65 billion for YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty amazing.
That's a lot of money.
Chad, Steve, Jawed, you did really well for yourselves. Congratulations.
Yeah. My goodness.
So why is it important? The fact of the matter is, if you use YouTube effectively, you can get your business found on Google, because they are intertwined. Google intertwines everything they do. So YouTube searches are found on Google. Google searches are found on YouTube, vice versa. It's a very powerful combo. So
Google AdSense is a part of that too. So
and Google Ads, absolutely, which brings into why else is it important. That was right on my notes right here. Passive income. You can, what they call monetize. You can throw up your videos, click a checkbox, and have advertisements show up on your videos.
And get paid.
Somebody clicks, you get paid.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You don't need to worry about anything else. So as I always say, let's jump right into, well, how do I use it? How do I really make YouTube effective for me? For your business, don't post advertisements, okay? That's just like anything else. People really aren't there to see advertisements. You can talk about your business. You can talk about what you do. You want to get some views. You want to get some followers. You want to get some likes and shares. Post great content.
Useful information.
Every time. It is what Google is after. It's what your customer is after. You post advertisements, you're going to get thrown right back down into that 4% category. Nobody knows what they're really going to get. So you want to be, as I tell my customers, don't say that you're awesome. Be awesome. Show that you're awesome. Prove it.
That's a good saying.
It's the name of the game. It's your outward bound face to the world. So why would you just talk about how great you are instead of showing how great you are? You can just, customers will come to you rather than you going out and trying to find customers. And there's such a breakdown in communication. I'm just constantly battling this battle with my customers who have just for decades been infused with, I got my business and that's what I know how to do, and then I'm going to market it. Well, marketing has changed, my friend. Marketing is social.
Indeed.
Video is social. Some more stats here. 100 hours of video are uploaded every 60 seconds to YouTube. They throw hundreds of millions of dollars into YouTube every year, specifically because they know this is how people are communicating. I read somewhere 65% of people are visual learners. 65%. Right, 30% are listeners, and 5% are kinesthetic. People touchy-feely folks. I'm in that 5%. I need to touch it and feel it, smell it before I really understand it. But if that says anything, Google understands very, very well how customers interact, and they know that it's a visual learning system. So you want to interact with your customers, make some videos. Right?
And make them sound good, too, because a big portion will listen.
Absolutely. Well, I'm doing both, even with this radio show right now. One of the things I do, I get my file, right? It's automatically FTP'd. It's an MP3 format. I immediately convert it to an MP4 format. I upload it to YouTube, and I upload it to iTunes. So I'm getting both the visual learners and the, how do you say it, auditory learners?
Audio.
Whatever the word is. People who listen. So it's really important to understand. I'm using this, right? I believe in trying to show people you know what you're talking about. And if people want to hire you based on that, great, I'll get business from it. And I'm telling you, that's where 96% of people are looking. And if they happen to want, the services you provide, then show them. Just hand it to them. And then Google overall will help you put it in front of them.
Right, it's easier than it sounds.
It really is.
So how easy is it to upload a video?
Oh my gosh, it's incredibly easy. First, you get yourself, if you have a free Google account, you get yourself a free YouTube account. It's all connected. There's one giant button at the top right, upload. You can take a video with your phone, and it doesn't, here's a fact. It doesn't even have to be super professional, right, to be effective. Yes, it would be great if you make it as good as you can, make it a well-produced video. But if you can't, it's not even all that important. Here's an example, and I'll try to race through this. Had a customer once come to me saying, "Oh, I want better SEO. I'm doing okay, but I want this." This guy sold soil amendment. He is a pretty amazing product he had. It was about kind of combating Monsanto. Instead of spraying poison on the ground, he got into macrobiotics, he called it, and basically made the earth help itself.
Cool.
And as he went along, he was talking about, really, I was fighting the uphill battle. He didn't want to do YouTube. He didn't want to do this. He just wanted to kind of the magic button. Where's the magic button I pushed and more customers will fly into me and pay me money? And I said, well, okay, that's not really going to work. But then he went on to say that he made 50% of his sales based on a YouTuber, right? This YouTube guy that made $1 million in sales in 1 year. But he kept complaining about how bad the videos were. And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? And so he showed me. He told me, this kid, he reviewed garden supplies, and he had, a decent following. And I said, okay, so you gave him some of your product, and he reviewed it, and ultimately he gave you $1 million in sales. He goes, wow. Yeah. I said, so why aren't you doing more of that? He said, well, I was really embarrassed by the quality of his video. And I said, wait a minute, who is this? And I looked it up quickly, and I looked, and this kid had 75,000 followers on his YouTube channel, his customers, the dude's customers. And he was concerned that the videos weren't well produced.
Even with results like that.
With $1 million in sales.
Wow.
Half represented 50% of his business for the year.
And didn't really cost him more than a couple of dollars worth of product.
$40 it cost him to send the guy a sample.
Wow.
The guy doesn't want to get paid. He tracked the sales, though, and could tell specifically that the sales came from that YouTube channel. So there you go, folks.
It's easy to monetize, too, and measure, which is so important to businesses to follow that bottom line.
Footprints and wet paint, right? I mean, everything is tracked. So do you need a perfectly, produced video? No, you do not. Yeah, if you can do it, great, but content. This guy had a bunch of gardeners, 75,000 of them, looking at what they wanted to see, and his product happened to be part of it, and one click away, the guy made $1 million in sales.
Wow.
So that's just an example.
Amazingly easy and almost free.
It blew me away. Yet he still argued. That's how set in his way he was.
And quality of these videos is bound to get better because new cell phones and everything coming out. Almost every video. My new phone is I feel like Steven Spielberg. It's fabulous.
The technology's there. It really is. Get yourself a tripod. I mean, miking, all that. If you're going to do it for a living, yeah, I'd invest, in some decent quality video gear, but you really don't need it. Right? People are just loving and sharing videos. Obviously, I mean, Google throws so much money at it, it isn't even funny. And here's something else Eric Schmidt had said years ago about YouTube. He was just blown away by the numbers, some of the numbers I just rattled off here. And he said, the 15-year-olds and the 16-year-olds that are really, that are consuming all of this video, well, in the next, 5 years, they're going to become your employees.
Right.
This is how they communicate. So you better believe we're going to throw hundreds of millions of dollars at this.
And consumers.
And absolutely. So, if the chairman of Google thinks that YouTube is important, you should too. If you're in business, make some YouTube videos, monetize them, put out great content. Let me rattle off a few things about kind of the nuts and bolts of what you should concentrate on. Number one, as I said, content, right? Put out great content. Whatever it is you're an expert at, show it off. To make sure I'm not heavy on calls to action, but putting a call to action within the video and in the description below your video is important. Just tell people, hey, if you want more info, here it is on my blog, or
It's an invitation.
It's an invitation, right? But if you show off first, but you know what you're talking about, the call to action is a heck of a lot easier for people to click. Get interactive. Ask questions. People like communicating on YouTube. They really do. There's comments, just like on Facebook and all the rest of them. You can put in comments or a like. You have a little thumbs up or a thumbs down. Very effective.
Participation works.
Absolutely. People love to leave comments and rate their quality. You can customize your channel. You get it's called your channel. You get your you sign up for YouTube and you get a channel and you upload your own videos, and don't be frustrated. Right? Everybody starts at ground zero. So if you don't have any videos, don't worry about it. Just build it organically, but communicate with people. Share it. Don't be embarrassed to share it. If you're putting out great content, you should not be embarrassed to share it.
Right. People like the human aspect thing of homemade videos as well.
Without a doubt. It's social.
It goes a long way.
It absolutely does. Let me think here. Titles. This is, we talked about this, and it's exactly the same as blogging. Put some thought into your titles. Think about what somebody would type into a search engine to find that video or, a search engine result. So titles are just so critical. So don't just throw up, certainly don't just throw up the name of the video that your camera spits out.
Right.
It'll be 12345.mp4. That's not going to do anything for you. You can optimize, you can search engine optimize your video.
Because it's connected with Google.
Absolutely, it is. So SEO goes a long way. And not only can you, we talked about WordPress specifically a while back, you can upload your video to YouTube and embed, quote unquote, that video on your website. They give you easily embed that video with just a snippet of code. Copy and paste it into your blog, push publish. Now your video is showing through your website, yet hosted at YouTube. So you get 2 bangs for the buck.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's all money. Just those Google ads that come up and all the connections, it's all this money that's coming right in. You don't barely have to think about it.
You don't. That's the beauty. That's why Google's so rich, because they get their cut and then they share the cut with you.
Brilliant.
Right. So and click-through rates can be some people have gigantic click-through rates, meaning how many people watch the video compared to actually clicking on the ad. Google will try to place a relevant ad on your video.
Wow.
Sometimes they can't. Yeah, that's why the algorithm is so important. That's why they work very hard to try to match up the content of the video with the content of the advertisement. Not always, because sometimes they just don't have it in their inventory. But they want, believe me, Google wants people to click the ad, and yet they know that it's only going to go on the best content. And you want the best advertisement on your ad as well.
Absolutely. Smart people at Google over there.
Oh, it's scary sometimes. How smart. How are we doing on time?
About a minute left, my friend.
A minute left already. I'm yapping my brains out here. So let me go on here. Descriptions. Try to get people to collaborate. We talked about Google Plus, YouTube, Google Plus, all intertwined. Really important to incorporate all of them. So let me go back to. Let me leave you with a couple thoughts. Don't be afraid about YouTube, about creating your own video. Right. Keep an open mind, because going right to number 2, YouTube will get you found on Google. They're so intertwined. It's just another part of your arsenal, in your media arsenal, right?
And it'll be there forever.
It will not go away. It stays forever. Next week, we're going to go back to Gmail. I know a lot of people have been asking me about Gmail, so I'm going to go into advanced techniques within Gmail, stuff you might not even know is there.
Awesome. If
any of this stuff is made available to you at my site, daveworks.net, or if you want this radio show, go to podcast.daveworks.net. So I hope this has been helpful. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week. We'll talk about Gmail advanced techniques.
And we'll also talk about next week the Auburn Wine Festival as well.
The Auburn Wine Festival, October 10th. Do not miss it.
At KAHI.com and keep your radio tuned to AM 950, KAHI, Auburn.